This video is about what to do when motivation dies. I will explain the certain things you should consider doing when you lose your motivation. To find out more, please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment, and please do me a favor, if you really enjoyed this video, smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. What's the definition of motivation? Well, motivation is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. Seems simple when you break it down, what motivation actually is, right? Sometimes people decide to do different things in their lives. They get motivated to get fit and healthy, or motivated to change careers, start a business, or get motivated to improve themselves so they can attract a better partner. Usually when anyone gets motivated, they're immediately pumped and full of energy to do anything. It is why most gyms in January always see an influx of new members vowing, this is it, this is the year to get in shape. Usually they go head first and work out sometimes 5-7 days in a row. They're unstoppable. There's no reason to rest or recover. They have the eye of the tiger. But come June, the very same year, 90% of new members have already quit, and the remaining 10% hardly ever go to the gym whilst still paying for their memberships. What gives? Why did they go from basically being like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the gym to lazy, tired, fat slobs and getting drunk and doing nothing over the weekends, etc.? Why and how did their motivation to get fit in that scenario just suddenly die? There are a few different reasons why this is the case. Firstly, motivation is only temporary. It's a sudden burst of enthusiasm. You're hardly ever enthusiastic all the time. Therefore, you're not motivated 24/7, are you? Secondly, you probably never developed the discipline and habit to keep your new goal you were motivated about ticking on. Joining the gym was the first step, but having a diet plan, a trainer, a program, realistic fitness goals is how you really keep that going. And lastly, maybe they were disillusioned by the lack of progress they were seeing. I totally get that. I do that. I've had to close businesses and relationships if I've not seen them progress and improve. But if you barely scratch the surface and lack the patience to see what the potential is, then you're not going to be motivated. So to approach this more logically, here is what I believe you should do when motivation dies. A good idea when motivation dies is to ask yourself some important life questions in order to remind yourself what got you motivated in the first place. When I first started the SCG Show, which is this channel and my blog, I remember writing down the exact reasons why, to share my stories, experiences, and to ironically motivate people to do better. I cannot begin to tell you how many times I've lost motivation on this project. I'd sluggishly sit in my office on my 5th coffee of the day trying to work out how to create the next post and video. And I'd see my analytics hardly growing, no viewers, whatever. But then I remembered. I wanted to share my stories. Perhaps someone else has had a similar situation to me in life and needed guidance. I wanted to share my experience. I cover many personal stories such as losing my dad, and maybe some poor soul out there is suffering the way I did. I wanted to share my wisdom. Although I'm young, through my countless mistakes and having some amazing mentors behind me, I wanted to inspire those to learn more about the world, business and life. And I wanted to motivate people to do better. If little old me can go through what I've been through, achieve what I have done, suffered those hardships, think what you can do as well. Just remembering those statements and my mission behind the SCG Show fills my heart with such joy and more energy to keep plugging away on, in my opinion, my greatest project to date. When your motivation dies, you must ask yourself why you started it. Did you want to get healthy because you had a health scare? Did you want to start your own business to become financial independent? Did you want to start a YouTube channel to share your passion for something? Did you want to become sober because your addiction was destroying your life? Take some time to think about this. Honestly, just go somewhere quiet and think about what motivates you. What is your why? Why do you want to do whatever it is that you want to achieve, what you're motivated for? Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying this video. Remember, life's hard. It's not easy to succeed, achieve goals, that's difficult, and so on. It's cliche, but honestly, if it were easy, everyone would do it. There's a guy I know who struggled so hard to be successful, he finally got his break running his own restaurant. He spent years as a waiter from restaurant to restaurant working, suffered job losses, financial issues, he couldn't make anything work. Then in his mid-40s, he got an opportunity to buy a site and start his very own restaurant from scratch. He'd never had a business before. He only worked for years as a waiter. With his wife ready to divorce him because of the financial woes they were under, the stress, he begged to give her one last chance. He named the restaurant after his wife, as he had just got enough money to get it started. When he first opened, it was a disaster. The menu was awful, the food was average, and he couldn't cope with the influx of people and their demands. Disillusioned, he had no idea what to do, but realised if he were to fail, his wife would surely leave him and he would be bankrupt. So he worked harder on making sure his menu was better. He was ruthless with the wrong staff, and he trained in every department. He was the waiter, the chef, the kitchen porter, behind the bar, the manager. He worked there 7 days a week, every day. He never took a single vacation. But long story short, this guy has one of the most successful local restaurants I know of and is earning a fortune. His marriage has never been better. He's debt-free and has been for a while, and he's been running the place for over 2 decades. Life is hard, my friend, and business, hey, that could be even harder. So whatever your goal is, you're not going to achieve it overnight. Trust me. But if you're hardworking, clever, and disciplined, you're going to get there. Perseverance got this local restaurateur to the success he badly craved, and persistence trumps everything. But always remember that life, no matter what, is always going to be hard. A really good idea when your motivation dies is to always change and innovate your approach to your targets. When I first started this YouTube channel, although it was steadily growing, everything was a mess. I spoke about too many random topics, which hurt my growth. I even had a podcast on here, which didn't fit my branding at all. I was so desperate to grow to thousands of subs, I neglected the core viewers and fan base. I then thought about what worked, aka the subjects people resonated with. I discovered the perfect length of the videos, researched the best type of thumbnails, and the best topics that would really hit home. Ever since doing so, the channel has grown very well. So if you innovate, sometimes things can naturally fall into place. Netflix once started out as a VHS delivery system in the 90s, competing with the now diminished Blockbuster. Nobody ever thought Blockbusters was going to go under. But now Netflix, at the point of me recording this, are still here and one of the largest companies in the world, and innovated by going into streaming. And just how huge is the streaming market right now? It's only getting bigger. So look at your targets and goals and see if you can change it. Never ever think there's no way to improve. A woman I know always had problems with losing weight and would regularly give up on her programs and diet. Oh, I tried everything, she'd said, and never saw results and would always lose motivation. It was only when she met another woman who recommended intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is when you take periods of time to not eat and then fast. Fresh out of ideas, she thought, why not? I'll give this fasting a try. Since she did so, she's never been healthier and never been slimmer. She said sometimes you just need to tweak a goal or try a different approach to get that motivation back. Maybe you should consider doing the same. Make an adjustment, change, innovate. Lastly, slow and steady wins the race. Ignore the influencers and morons on social media who promise you that you can get rich quick, get 6-week abs, experience any success overnight. There's no such thing as overnight success. Slow and steady always wins the race. Therefore, when your motivation dies, just realize you're still so early to the party. It took me over 2 years to get over 9,000 subscribers on this very channel. Do you have any idea how long that is? But also how huge a number that is for me and my channel. The same goes with weight loss. People think that they're going to suddenly look like supermodels or bodybuilders 1 to 2 weeks after joining the gym. No, it doesn't work that way, my friend. But if you work smarter and longer with persistence and consistency, I promise you one day you're not going to recognize how good and how much better you're going to feel in the future. Anything difficult, worthwhile, and amazing takes a hell of a lot of work, time, dedication, and perseverance. And real, not fake, self-made successful people will stress to you how being patient works. And I am too. Slow and steady always wins the race. If you lost motivation, get it back. Time's on your side. Just keep going. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, here's some more content you might be interested in.